The elite soldier Tarek of the Interstellar Shadow Empire descended into the dark atmosphere of Nyxia Prime, the lights of his ship illuminating the cold surface of the planet. Known for his intelligence, analytical thinking, composure, and agility, Tarek was a distinguished soldier. Nyxia Prime, famous for its bioluminescent forests and rich mineral resources, was not a destination for admiration, but for safeguarding the interests of the Empire. His mission was clear: infiltrate the Solaria Defense Academy, analyze their strategies, and determine if the Nyxians posed a threat to the Empire. The Solaria Defense Academy was situated in a vast valley surrounded by dark forests. Its reputation for training the best military leaders of Nyxia Prime had reached every corner of the galaxy. These leaders, known for their tactical skills and physical endurance, had caught Tarek's attention. As Tarek's ship landed on the designated pad, the black surface of his armored suit shimmered in the light of the bioluminescent plants. A contingent of Nyxian warriors awaited him. Their uniforms were impeccable, and their faces expressionless. At the forefront stood a woman with sharp eyes and a determined jawline, Commander Solaria, the head of the academy. Commander Solaria stepped forward with a smile that betrayed her pleasure at seeing Tarek. "Welcome to Nyxia Prime, Tarek," she said, her voice strong and authoritative. "We are honored to host a soldier of the Empire here. I hope your time here will provide you with valuable insights." After shaking hands, Tarek carefully surveyed his surroundings. Solaria, with a single hand gesture, ordered her soldiers into formation. "Team, forward march," she commanded, and the warriors stepped in perfect synchronization. Their uniforms were flawless, and their movements exhibited a remarkable harmony. Tarek observed this synchronization and discipline closely, evaluating the level of military precision in his mind. This was a testament to the fact that Nyxia Prime's warriors were not only physically, but also mentally well-trained. As he walked alongside the soldiers, Tarek delved into deep thoughts. This level of discipline and coordination not only makes them strong, but also allows them to act as a cohesive unit. This could be both a threat and an opportunity for the Empire, he thought. With every step, he could feel Solaria's leadership skills and the respect the soldiers had for her. This experience sharpened Tarek's focus on his mission, reminding him not to underestimate Nyxia Prime's soldiers. Commander Solaria led Tarek through the academy, showing him the expansive training areas. "This is the heart of the Solaria Defense Academy," she said, gesturing broadly. Their first stop was the holographic tactical simulation room. "Here, our warriors develop and apply real-time strategies by battling holographic enemies," she explained. Every corner of the room was equipped with high-tech holographic projectors, providing realistic simulations. Their next stop was a vast outdoor training ground. "This area is equipped to simulate different environmental conditions," said Solaria, demonstrating a mechanism that transformed the terrain from desert sands to icy tundra at the press of a button. "Our soldiers must be prepared for any challenge." Tarek was fascinated by this technological marvel. Every detail showcased Nyxia Prime's advancements in military training. Finally, they arrived at the Tactical Training Center. As they entered, Solaria said, "This is where our warriors master martial arts and close combat techniques." The center was filled with flexible walls and various obstacles. "Here, we test not only physical strength, but also mental endurance." As Tarek attentively examined each area, he was impressed by Solaria's detailed explanations and the Academy's advanced technological capabilities. These training grounds clearly demonstrated why Nyxia Prime's warriors were so respected and feared. Internally, Tarek reaffirmed his dedication to his mission, understanding how valuable this information would be for the Empire. As their tour concluded, the sky gradually darkened. Nyxia Prime's bioluminescent plants cast a soft glow over the evening. It was time for dinner, and Commander Solaria guided Tarek to the large dining hall. As they entered, Tarek immediately noticed the lively atmosphere. Long tables were arranged throughout the hall, with soldiers in immaculate uniforms seated in orderly fashion. Seated at the high table with the Academy's top officers, Tarek meticulously observed his surroundings. The soldiers were disciplined, yet engaged in warm conversations, sharing meals and camaraderie. Their interactions reflected a strong fellowship and deep commitment. Every movement was orderly and synchronized. They lifted their forks simultaneously and paused their conversations in unison to listen. Tarek watched in admiration as this synchronization and order extended beyond the training grounds into their daily lives. During dinner, he overheard strategic discussions, past battle stories, and future mission plans. These young soldiers' knowledge and zeal formed the foundation of Nyxia Prime's military strength. Through these observations, Tarek gained a deeper understanding of the soldiers' physical, mental, and emotional resilience. After dinner, the soldiers rose from their tables in disciplined order and retired to their quarters. The dining hall emptied quickly, and Tarek, under Commander Solaria's guidance, made his way to his assigned room. Entering the room, he felt the day's exhaustion and thoughts converge. The room was modern and comfortable, furnished with a large bed, high-tech communication devices, and a large window offering a view of the bioluminescent forests outside. As Tarek looked out the window, he reflected on the discipline, dedication, and determination of Nyxia Prime's soldiers. The day at the Academy had once again shown him how powerful and organized these soldiers were. Lying down, Tarek realized he was filled with complex emotions. On one hand, he admired Nyxia Prime's warriors. On the other, he pondered the significance of this knowledge for the Empire. As he closed his eyes, he replayed every detail and strategy he had learned in his mind. This mission was not only about gathering information, but also testing his own skills and beliefs. Taking a deep breath, Tarek prepared himself for the new challenges and opportunities the next day would bring. At the break of dawn, as the first light of Nyxia Prime's bioluminescent forests began to rise, Tarek stepped out of his room and headed towards the training grounds. The cool air, combined with the exotic scent of the forest, created a refreshing effect. Walking towards the expansive training areas, Tarek observed the soldiers already beginning their morning exercises. Commander Solaria met him at the entrance of the training grounds. "Good morning, Tarek. I hope you had a restful night," she said, her voice as authoritative and confident as ever. "Good morning, Commander Solaria." "Yes, thank you," Tarek replied, observing the bustling soldiers around him. "What will we be learning today?" Solaria responded with a slight smile. "Today, I'll be introducing you to our tactical operations and advanced simulations. You'll see how our soldiers adapt so quickly and develop their strategic thinking skills." Tarek once again admired Solaria's leadership skills and the soldiers' discipline. The soldiers moved in synchronized fashion, performing each exercise with great seriousness. As Solaria guided Tarek through the training areas, she detailed the strategies and methodologies behind each exercise. These training sessions ensure our soldiers are prepared for any situation, both physically and mentally, Solaria continued. Each drill simulates real combat conditions, enhancing their adaptability and decision-making skills. Listening to Solaria's explanations, Tarek began to understand the depth of discipline and strategic thinking that formed the foundation of Nyxia Prime's military strength. Commander Solaria led Tarek through the expansive training grounds towards the Advanced Tactical Operations Simulation Room. Entering the room, Tarek was immediately struck by the impressive technology. Holographic projectors transformed the environment into realistic battlefields. Solaria introduced him to an experienced commander, Tarek. Tarek, this is Commander Tarek. Today, you'll be working with his unit. You'll experience our advanced simulations and tactical operations firsthand. Commander Tarek greeted Tarek with a firm salute and indicated for him to join the group. As the simulation began, the room filled with holographic images, virtual enemies, obstacles, and various environmental conditions appeared. The soldiers quickly mobilized to breach enemy lines, capture strategic points, and demonstrate survival skills in challenging conditions. Throughout the simulation, the Nyxian soldiers executed various tactical operations. Some performed high-speed maneuvers to infiltrate enemy lines, while others silently neutralized adversaries. Tasks such as planting explosives, setting traps, and making rapid decisions in combat were successfully accomplished. The soldiers displayed agility, climbing walls, navigating obstacles, and crawling through narrow passages. Tarek found himself physically and mentally challenged during these exercises. Despite his individual strength, Tarek realized he was lagging behind the Nyxian soldiers' impeccable coordination and communication skills. He struggled to keep up with rapid strategy changes and sudden tactical maneuvers. The cohesion within the team allowed the soldiers to execute each movement in perfect synchronization, highlighting Tarek's shortcomings in both individual and collective combat. After one particularly grueling simulation, Tarek, breathless and sweating, turned to Commander Tarek. Tarek's eyes reflected both curiosity and respect. As you can see, here, it's not just about individual strength. Teamwork and strategic thinking are just as crucial as physical abilities, Tarek said, looking directly into Tarek's eyes. Tarek took a deep breath and responded sincerely. I must admit, Commander Tarek, your soldiers are incredibly impressive. Their mastery of operating as a cohesive unit truly surprised me. Tarek smiled slightly. This is the foundation of training at Nyxia Prime. Every soldier learns to function as part of a whole. We may be strong individually, but together we are invincible. Feeling the weight of Tarek's words, Tarek nodded. This experience has shown me that I need to reassess my own methods and strategies. Thank you, Commander. Tarek nodded approvingly. There's always something new to learn, Tarek. We've learned a lot from working with you as well. This dialogue further strengthened Tarek's dedication to his mission and his own personal growth. After a day full of grueling exercises, Tarek returned to his room, exhausted and deep in thought. His heavy steps echoed on the stone floor, each one accentuating the soreness and fatigue in his muscles. As he opened the door, the quiet and calm inside was a stark contrast to the intensity of the day. Lying down on the bed, he stared at the ceiling, contemplating the upcoming night operation. Throughout the day, he had observed the superior performance and flawless coordination of the Nyxian soldiers. But night would be different. Tarek believed his advanced training and skills acquired in the Empire would give him an advantage in nighttime operations. Confident that he would excel and prove his superiority over the soldiers, he thought, "The darkness is my ally, and tonight I will show them my true strength." With these thoughts, he allowed his tired body to rest, his mind filled with anticipation of the night's exercises and the victory he was determined to achieve. The night exercise was set to take place in the dense forests of Nyxia Prime, where the faint glow of bioluminescent plants barely illuminated the area. The sky was so dark that only a few stars were visible through the thick canopy of trees. The objective of the exercise was to rescue an injured soldier carrying vital information from behind enemy lines. Tarek, confident in his night vision abilities and advanced training from the Empire, felt assured of his success. The darkness was his natural ally, allowing him to move silently and neutralize enemies without detection. However, as the exercise began, Tarek quickly realized the Nyxian soldiers were equipped with advanced technology. The soldiers used sophisticated sensors to perceive their surroundings and silent communication devices to coordinate their movements. Holographic maps enabled them to adapt rapidly to changing strategies. As Tarek moved forward to rescue the injured soldier, he marveled at how skillfully the Nyxian soldiers utilized this technology. Every step, every maneuver was executed with perfect coordination. Despite his confidence in his abilities, Tarek found himself struggling against the soldiers' collective intelligence and technological superiority. At one point, surrounded by sensors and invisible barriers, Tarek realized the extent of the Nyxian soldiers' advancements and his own methods' inadequacies. As he attempted to carry the injured soldier, the swift and silent movements of the Nyxian soldiers impressed him once more. Their unity and strategic capabilities overshadowed Tarek's individual skills. By the end of the exercise, the Nyxian soldiers had successfully rescued the injured soldier and brought them to safety. Each soldier worked in perfect harmony, making strategic decisions swiftly and overcoming enemy obstacles effectively. Tarek could not help but admire their superior performance and had to accept his own shortcomings. When the exercise concluded, Tarek, exhausted and reflective, acknowledged the Nyxian soldiers' physical, technological, and strategic superiority. Feeling inadequate, he recognized the experience as a valuable lesson. The success of the Nyxian soldiers elevated Tarek's perception of their abilities and training. That night marked a turning point for him, realizing how valuable the information from these soldiers would be to the Empire, and gaining new motivation to focus on his own development. The next day, Tarek awoke, tired but determined, finding Commander Solaria waiting for him. Solaria led him to one of the most impressive training areas of the Solaria Defense Academy, the historical battle simulation room. As they entered, Tarek was amazed. The room was equipped with state-of-the-art holographic projectors that provided realistic recreations of past battles. The images, sounds, and even smells created an atmosphere that made them feel as though they were in the midst of historical conflicts. Here, our soldiers relive the great battles of the past, Solaria explained, turning to Tarek. These simulations test not only their tactical skills, but also their emotional resilience. Each soldier internalizes the emotions of the moment, making them stronger. As Tarek walked through the simulation, he felt the intensity of the battles, the importance of strategic decisions, and the complexities of war. At one point, he found himself in the middle of a fierce battle. Bombs exploded, soldiers screamed, and commanders made strategic moves. This experience left a deep impression on Tarek's mind. Solaria, observing Tarek's expression, said, "These simulations teach our soldiers how to operate in real combat conditions. Every detail, every emotion makes them more effective on the battlefield." Watching a holographic soldier bravely fight while severely wounded, Tarek murmured, "Such a realistic training environment truly prepares them better." Solaria nodded. "Yes, Tarek. Every experience here shapes their character and resilience. This is what sets Nyxia Prime's soldiers apart from the rest." Feeling the weight of her words, Tarek admitted, These simulations enhance not only tactical skills, but also emotional endurance. I've never experienced such training in the Empire. Solaria smiled. Every warrior has a leader within them. We must train them not only physically, but also emotionally and mentally. That's why Nyxia Prime's soldiers are so powerful. Tarek, acknowledging the truth in Soraria's words, nodded. This experience has been a great lesson for me as well. Now I understand why Nyxia Prime soldiers are so impressive. This dialogue and internal experience deepened Tarek's understanding of Nyxia Prime's training methods. He realized that war was not just a physical battle, but also required mental and emotional endurance. That evening, as Tarek entered the large dining hall for his final dinner, he reflected on his observations and thoughts from the first night's dinner. Initially, he had been impressed by the discipline and synchronization of Nyxia Prime's soldiers, thinking that such order was merely a physical display. But now, after days of rigorous drills, simulations, and first-hand experiences, he fully grasped the depth and significance of their discipline and cohesion. On that first night, he had observed the soldiers as an outsider, but now he felt like part of them. Each soldier possessed not only excellent physical skills, but also emotional resilience and strategic intelligence. As Tarek listened to the conversations at the table, he realized how strong the bonds and shared goals among them were. The camaraderie and fellowship he had observed on the first night now made sense to him in the context of what it truly meant to be a soldier. Understanding why Nyxia Prime's soldiers were so powerful and effective, Tarek's thoughts became clear by the end of the meal. These soldiers were not just individually strong. Together, they formed an unstoppable force, moving as parts of a cohesive whole. This was a valuable lesson for him, and an important insight he would carry forward in his future missions. This final dinner was not just a meal for Tarek. It symbolized his transformation and deepened understanding. On the day of his departure, Tarek felt both sadness and gratitude. The commanders and soldiers of the Solaria Defense Academy gathered in the vast grounds to bid him farewell. Commander Solaria stepped forward, approaching Tarek. "Tarek, I remember what you thought when you first arrived here," she said, her eyes warm with a friendly expression. "But now, as you leave, it's clear how much your thoughts have changed. That makes me happy." Tarek looked at Solaria sincerely. "Yes, Commander Solaria. When I first arrived, I underestimated the discipline and capabilities of Nyxia Prime's soldiers. However, my experiences here have shown me how wrong I was. Now I know that Nyxia Prime's soldiers are not only strong, but also intelligent, cohesive, and incredibly resilient." Solaria handed Tarek a small box. "This is a small gift as a symbol of our friendship," she said. Opening the box, Tarek found a medallion bearing the insignia of Nyxia Prime. "This will remind you of your time here and the memories we've shared." With a sparkle in his eyes, Tarek accepted the medallion. "Thank you, Commander Solaria. This gift means a lot to me." As Tarek boarded his ship, he carried with him the new friends and valuable experiences he had gained. Upon returning to his home planet, he reported his observations and experiences from Nyxia Prime to his superiors. Amid their astonished looks, Tarek emphasized that Nyxia Prime was not just a potential enemy, but could be a strong ally. Nyxia Prime's soldiers are far more advanced and coordinated than we ever imagined. They are not a threat to our empire, but could be a powerful ally, Tarek stated sincerely. His superiors, impressed and surprised by Tarek's assessment, listened intently. Tarek's speech opened the possibility of new friendships and collaborations between the two worlds. His time on Nyxia Prime had helped him grow not only as a soldier, but also as an emissary. This experience would remain a significant turning point in Tarek's life and in intergalactic relations,